All right, good evening, everyone. This is Maddie with Constitutional Corner, and this is our nightly broadcast. Thank you for being here tonight. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you about the Tyrant Alert and this new channel that I'm helping with right now. And what I wanted to point out here, let me just pull everything up. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting everything. Hey, Central, what's going on, bud? So, Central Valley News is the name of this channel, okay? And he's out there doing it. He is out there, hey, Revolution. He's out there and he is trying to make a difference. And as the video shows, the police department out there failed miserably. Hey, Womps, how you doing, bud? Hey, so, but what I wanted to kind of go over here, and let me play a little bit of this real quick. Okay, so after the intro here. Sorry. Okay,
beyond
so
that point, there's private property, sir. Right?
No, there's no drama in here.
I understand it's federal property, but this is open to the public.
No, right now what we're discussing is the Tyrant Alert that I put out earlier.
Number, sir?
Now, this cop right here is a real douchebag.
It's right there.
I mean, seriously, he's and hello, Buchanan family, and everybody else. So this cop right here is sitting here chewing seeds, spitting them on the sidewalk, which is honestly not only disgusting, but highly disrespectful, not only to the public that he's dealing with, but to the uniform that he's wearing. This guy is completely... No, it's not littering. It's biodegradable. It's not littering. It's nature going back to nature. It's not littering. It's sunflower seeds. They're gonna biodegrade. It's not harming the environment. So no, it's not littering. But hey, Glenn, how are you, Glenn Akers? But this guy right here, I mean, for one, it looks like he's wearing his big brother's clothes. The uniform doesn't even look like it fits him. No, there is no actual law for that. But this guy, his clothes are ultra loose. He looks like he's wearing his big brother's clothes. He is highly disrespectful. His body language, his interaction, the only thing about this guy that's a cop is the fact that he's wearing a gun and a badge. That's the only thing about a cop. Now, there's this other moron over here.
So, Smart Alec here. Officer Smartass, how about you?
Now, this guy right here is just a total douche cart. I mean, like, he's packing heavy, dumb, whatever. He is just a real douche. He's a piece of work. And I want to find out who he is. I seriously want to know who this guy is, because this guy is highly disrespectful as well. You know, honestly, when you have two goons like this, two clowns like this, and you're being detained, in my opinion, and everybody has their own approach. So my approach is not the only approach, but had this been me, I would have looked at them both and said, listen, I asked you two to identify yourselves. You're claiming that you're detaining me. Okay, I am being held here against my will by two alleged police officers. I would have used alleged at that point because they still had not identified them. Your clown costume can be bought online, so don't think that I'm impressed, okay? I would have said I'm being detained by two clowns. You can't even detain me. You're out of uniform. Okay, you're missing your floppy shoes, your little bicycle horn, your big red nose, and your big bright curly wig. You're a clown, both of you. And that's exactly how I would have handled it. Not to mention the fact these guys are acting under the color of authority, and they're trying to dictate the law that they don't know, that they are completely oblivious to. They have absolutely no clue what the actual law and what the actual Constitution and the case law and all that. They are clueless. They're there because somebody called them there, and they're going to go there and they're going to try to get rid of the problem as quick and expedient as possible. And if somebody's rights gets violated in the process, well, we'll just let that go to court because we know that it takes at least, a few $1,000s to come and challenge us in court. And guess what? It doesn't take anything out of their pocket. They don't care. Until you've actually hit their immunity, they don't care. These cops do this on a daily basis because majority of America does not know their rights. They don't take the time to do it. They don't care. I was just talking to my very, very highly educated roommate. She is in a doctorate's program right now. We were just talking about this same issue. The education in America has gone downhill. Even since her and I were in school 20-some years ago, it has just completely declined. They're not teaching cursive. The math is dumbed down. Everything about our education system is lacking. And that's why punks like these cops are succeeding. Why? Because people are not educating themselves on their rights. We were talking about what a simpler life it was back in the days of George Washington and the founding of this country. But it really wasn't. Because if you look at the work that they had to do, they were working from sun up to sundown just to make sure that they survived. They had to prep for winters. They had to, do their lands. And it was a harder way of life. But they were far more educated. These people were their nose in the books all the time as kids. They didn't take summers off. They didn't take all this. Look at Japan and China. They're so far ahead of us in education. Why? Because we give our kids 2 months off every summer and they forget everything that they just learned. It all flies out of their head. And then we spend the first month of school bringing them back up to par, getting them back up to where we can lead them into their next stage. And this is where the problem is. And this is why cops like this get away with the stuff that they get away with. Okay? This is exactly why. Our education system. Now, these cops, in a while here, are going to accuse this photographer of doing drugs because he's shaking. Well, there could be many explanations for why somebody is shaking. One, you have two goons that are claiming to detain you, claiming to be police officers with guns, and they're not letting you leave, and they still won't identify themselves, so you don't know who the hell is detaining you. Okay, so that could be a really good reason to be shaking. Number two, he could be on blood pressure medication or some type of behavioral medication that causes shaking, and it doesn't necessarily mean that he is on drugs or not an articulate person. So there are many, many reasons. The minute they would have said, well, you're shaking. Well, okay, does that mean that I'm not on blood pressure medications? Is that also not a reason for shaking? You know, could medications be on it? Or how about, just central nerve disorder? Okay, so shaking does not show anything. It's not reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime because you're shaking. Shaking does not prove that you're a crime. So, and then, you know, if he would have said that to me, I probably would have broke out with something like, okay, so now you have a problem with people that have shaking disorders, which is, you know, a discrimination against a group of people in medical. And if you look up the dictionary definition or the Wikipedia definition of 42 USC section 1981, you'll see that discrimination against a protected class is probably not a very smart idea. These cops are clowns. They don't know. And, you know, this is California too. So California has the Bain Act. And these guys could be held liable quickly for $25,000 minimum if they're not careful. Now, I'm not saying that this incident comes to or escalates to the level that you could articulate a very good prosecution for Bain Act. I don't believe that that exists here. I do believe that this is... you can't invoke a Bain Act, Jingy. Look it up. It's for violating your rights, and you'd have to file. It's a civil suit. And it has to do with venue, and there's a lot that it has to do with. And it's not just something that you can say, okay, I'm invoking my Bain Act rights. That's how it works. It's a lawsuit, basically. It's a civil 1983, and it costs a minimum of $25,000 if you win to them. So... Man, I wish somebody could come get me, South Valley. I would love to come out there and put them in their place. Oh, man, buddy. If I can get a car, oh. Cheers, Jingy. Cheers, buddy. But yeah, oh my goodness. I wish I could get out there. That would be amazing. But, you know, I want to get back to this video real quick. Okay, so this...
Excuse me? You said smartass number 2?
I told you my...
No.
It's right there.
No. I want you to say it to me.
Now, right here, instead of saying that, Central Valley, if it was me, what I would have said is, I'm illiterate. I can't read. Can you please tell me your name and badge number? And I wouldn't even say, I would have probably, at this point, because I would have been really ticked off, I would have demanded... I wouldn't have asked. I would have demanded his name and badge number, and I would have told him, well, maybe I'm illiterate. Okay, so now you're telling me that you won't tell me who you are because I'm illiterate? So now you discriminate against people that are illiterate, and you discriminate against people that are shaking. So you really have a problem with people with medical problems, don't you? And, you know, just turn it around on him. Turn it around on him. You know, my technique when I use it on these people is they're saying that I'm doing a crime. I'm saying that you're being a douche canoe and I can prove it. And every time I flip it around on him, and it's the verbal judo, every time you flip it around on him, he starts to realize, I'm not going to win this. I'm going to lose, and I'm going to lose big. And at this point, too, you know, with his attitude, nonchalant, I would have told him, get your hands out of your pockets for one. Okay? Get your hands out of your pockets. You haven't identified yourself properly. I don't trust you. I don't know what you're going to do. Get your hands out of your pockets. And stop spitting in front of me. It's disrespectful, unprofessional, and you're going to stop now. I would have gone off on this guy. This guy needs it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was epic. That was epic. You're absolutely right. But Ghost Cop over there, he is absolutely ridiculous. You know, instead of arguing their logic to their point, flip it around on them. So then what you're saying is that you're detaining me because I was taking lawful pictures in a lawful place where I was lawful to be. So now You're detaining me because you want to see if there was a crime in a bunch of lawful activity. Sounds like an unlawful detainment to me. And, you know, you want to kind of flip it around on him, make it seem, you know, make him see that when he goes to court, you're going to be testifying that he was there to deprivate your rights. He was there to suppress your constitutional rights. And that's the point that you need to take, like, right from the beginning, in my opinion. Now, opinions vary, and there's a lot of different techniques, so do it your way. But EOG and them, they used to talk to me all the time about leading them and giving them enough rope. You know, don't leave them any wiggle room. Don't leave these guys any wiggle room whatsoever, because they're not going to leave you any. Okay? The fact is that these guys were out there because they were called out there. And if they were called out there, they're going to try to manufacture some kind of money, whether it be a ticket, whether it be a fine or a summons or whatever. They came out there to make it financially worth it for the city to be out there. So he was trying to lead you into making a mistake. He was trying to be as much of a wise guy as he could. He's not very good. And yeah, exactly. Stupid, arrogant, condescending, unprofessional, cocky, 808 bad. You nailed it. Absolutely. So from a standpoint here, at this point right now, I would have told him, well, if you're going to detain me against my will, okay, you're getting put on notice that I feel that you're violating my constitutional rights. And, you know, it's not going to end well for you, okay? I don't know if you always put your qualified immunity on the line, but right now you just you're really treading very close to the edge of ruining your qualified immunity. This detention is an illegal detention. It was a completely illegal detention. Was it a false arrest? No, because they didn't put the bracelets on. But it was a detainment. Nonetheless, it was unlawful. It takes a little while to be able to go into these audits. You know, one, you got to get comfortable with going into them. After you get comfortable with going into them and you hear these lines over and over and over, you begin to get your mind programmed. Yeah, he's a rookie. He's definitely a rookie. I commented on his graduation picture. Yeah, it's just complete practice, bud. I think that you did an excellent job of holding your ground against a couple of tyrants. And you didn't back down, and I totally respect that. And guys, if you haven't seen it, there's 2 other parts. There was 3 parts to this this encounter. So make sure that you go and check out Central Valley News. Check out his channel. He's out there doing it. And I got total respect for him. So make sure you like and subscribe on his channel. I did. But yeah, exactly. Yep. And I am now one of your fans. I am definitely one of your fans. So I love your calm approach. And I want to get with you later. Are you a member of PINAC and Black Coat Media yet? Central Valley News? Okay. You saw on his Facebook MJ Brophy on the comments. Did you see the comment on there about needing retraining? Anyway, if you saw my comment on there, just send me a friend request. It's MJ Brophy. Send me a friend request, and I'll get you into my page on Constitutional Corner on YouTube. I'll get you into Black Coat Media, and I'll get you into Pinac News. So make sure you send me a friend request. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My roommate is smoking a cigarette and it was blowing under the door. I had to go put a blanket at the door. But no, it didn't rise to a level of lawsuit in this case, but yeah, sure. Send me a message through either here or contact Constitutional Corner at gmail.com. Contact Constitutional Corner at gmail.com. It's all one word too. There's no spaces. So you can send me videos if you want me to analyze videos like nightly. Send me videos either here on YouTube, or you can send them to me at Contact Constitutional Corner at gmail.com. And we can do nightly evaluations of videos. I have no problem with that. Absolutely. Anyway. So yeah, we can do that. And actually what I'll do is I'll probably start putting 3, 4, 5 videos together. And depending on the volume coming in, we'll do it like once or twice a week. Exactly. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, Joshua FYI Anderson. If we did all the shared video ability on YouTube, which is new, it would be easier to send videos back and forth between auditors. Absolutely. Anyway, yeah, just email it to me or send it to me here through messages, and I'll check my inbox daily, make sure that, you know, I'm looking for them. And oh, okay, Dave, that was you. Okay, I was wondering because last night it read a little different than today, and I'm like, okay, that's strange, but I appreciate that, Dave. Just Dave. I saw that last night, by the way. I did see that you had put that there, and oh my God, thank you. So, let's move on with this video a little more.
No? Okay.
I can give you my card at the end of this contact if you want.
So the officer said that I was not being detained at this point, and then he said when they talk to them, I'm going to be detained. Does that make sense to you?
We can detain and
Are you eating seeds right now? Okay. And by the way, I'm live streaming this on YouTube right at this point.
Perfect.
Well, you were already streaming it, but
So we got Officer Smartass 1, Officer Smartass 2. We got 2 PD cars. We got 2 more cops over there. That first gentleman, he stated his name and badge number. Second one as well, but this gentleman here does not want to give up his nor him. So
Would you like my card at the end of this contact?
No, I want your name and badge number.
It has my name and badge number on it.
You didn't know what to say to that.
Someone said that you were littering right now.
Do you have any weapons or anything like that on you?
No, sir.
Why did you answer
sir.
that question? That was the one thing that I was really curious about. I don't answer questions. Oh, Dave, I'm just grateful you're doing it, bud. Thank you. We'll get him, MC Silver Ninja. We're going to get him. And there's my buddy right there, MC Silver Ninja. Thank you for what you did too as well, sir. You are amazing. I am really, really grateful for you. I'm not sure about the California laws, so if you know something about those that I don't, Colorado, much respect. Do you have the actual site for it that shows that that could be applicable? Well, he's awesome, Joshua. So yeah, any support that we can give this gentleman, I fully support him. He's new, but I think that he's really good, and I think he's got potential to be great. Really, really great.
I don't want you to search me.
Okay. I'm not going to search.
Okay, now, I don't want you to search me. Okay, it may not be what you want, but he's saying he's going to do it. So instead of saying, I don't want you to search me, maybe word it a little differently. I do not give you permission to touch me. If you touch me, at that point, that's to me assault. Okay? You are being illegally detained. The detainment is completely unlawful. And you want to back him down. So at this point, for me, what I would personally say at this point is, oh, so you want to search me. You haven't blown your immunity enough. So now you want to search me and completely throw your qualified immunity out the window. Ah, I got you. Well, if you want to make me rich, if you like me that much, then let's go. I could use the extra 6 to 10 grand for the illegal search. You assault me, I'm also going to press charges. You know, you want to back them down. You know, and it's not verbatim. You don't have to say what I'm saying verbatim, but you want to flip everything that they say or do. You want to flip it and show them that what they're doing can also be a crime, the same way that they're trying to accuse you of a crime. Okay, so that's what's in my mind when I go into these things and they're all, you know, detaining me or playing games with me. Now I'm just going to start citing laws. I'm going to start saying, well, okay, if you're going to do this, then this is this. And okay, if you're going to do this, then I'm going to hold you liable under this. And, you know, if you want to play games, then we're going to do this and this and this. You notice in 2 years that I've been doing all of these investigations in 2 years, I've been detained one time briefly for probably 45 seconds. And thanks to you guys with the calls, he was very quick to depart that detainment. But seriously, guys, you know, these guys, they think that they have carte blanche, and unless you know your rights and unless you know a little bit about the law, they're going to try to eat you up, and they're going to try to violate your rights. And for me, like, in this position right now, I would have been, you know, I want to use a lot of humor in my up-and-coming stuff. And this guy right here, oh my God, I could do a stand-up act with this guy. This guy is dying to be made fun of almost as bad as Bill Clinton, George Bush or any past president has ever been dying to be made fun of. This guy is in more dire need of a blowjob than any white man on the face of the planet. He has just really got a stick up his butt. And he really needs to get put in his place. He's a rookie. And he's hitting you with these little rookie lines. And they're cute, but... Okay. All right, Northern. I got you. Yeah, remember, I do not consent. Not, I don't like it. Well, you know, I may not be able to use Robin humor's... Robin... I loved him too. Robin Williams was like my favorite, but yeah. If a good cop has, if they're not doing anything wrong and they're not committing a crime, then they should have no reason. And I actually, because there was so many phone calls today, I didn't do it. I'm going to give it a couple of days. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a public record request for the policy as far as cops identifying themselves. Because I have a feeling most precincts that I've ever heard of have their cops identify themselves. Sorry about that, getting thirsty. Anyway, so when he said that real jingy. CC Live, can I offer the old joke I used in my second or third video? Offer the cop a bag of dicks. Ask him if he'd like to suck them or just eat them by the handful. LOL. Real jingy. You're hilarious, dude. That was funny. But no, as far as I know, many departments, maybe not all, but many departments do have a policy that if a civilian asks you for your name and badge number, you're supposed to identify yourself and then to take it one step further and detain you and not identify himself properly, either one of them. I would have been like, oh, hell no. If you're not going to identify yourself, then you need to get somebody out here. We got a problem now. Now we've got a problem. Now get your sergeant out here. And I'm not asking, I am ordering at this point. I am telling him what he is going to do. I'm not going to ask him, can you get your sergeant out here? I'm going to say, okay, wise ass, you're a big tough guy. You got your badge and your gun. Now you need one other thing. Get your sergeant out here. Get it done now. And you better move it, mister. You better hurry. I'm not playing games. Yeah, want and welcome all new team members. Says, what is, if any, legal issues when a cop asks you for your ID? If you say yes, it is underneath my balls in my underwear. Would you like me to grab it for you? That's probably funny. I know I'd probably laugh at it. But I never carry ID. When I go to these things, I never carry ID. They're not going to get my name and badge. They're not going to get my name. I'm going to play with them just like this guy with the name and badge number. I'm going to play with him just as bad, probably worse. But oh, sorry, Ed. If it gets worse, I'll shut off the Wi-Fi. It's probably what the problem is. Yep. Or just do what, who was it? I think it was it Jack with Texas Sheepdog? Where he had the pink dildo? Was that Jack? I thought it was, but I'm not sure. Let me see if okay, I can't get to it right now, guys. So, and I guess if it's doing that, then have I ever been arrested? Not doing audits. I haven't. When I was a kid, I was arrested a couple times for some stupid stuff, but 18 USC 227. I know this one. Oh yeah, yeah. This one's fun. You know what I like this one for is when a cop goes over and goes to a property owner and says, "Can you trespass these people for me?" Yeah, I would be quick to remind him of this one. Definitely. Good catch, Colorado. Good catch, Northern Colorado. Anyway, guys. All right, so I'm going to call it because if my stream is messed up, then there's no sense in... No, they do not have the authority to frisk you. It is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Unless they suspect you anything short of reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, not of an investigation, of a crime, is the only time. The Terry stop, you cannot just search somebody and just stop them. You have got to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Period. There is no other route. There is no circumvention to it. It is the Fourth Amendment. It is the 14th Amendment under Article 5 Due Process Doctrine. Okay? You cannot just search somebody. Exactly. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to restart this stream. Hold on. No, you cannot touch me. MC Silver Ninja, you cannot touch me without my permission. I'll be right back, guys. Let me restart this stream.